Friday, same place, same time. And first of all, I want to thank you for getting the word out. You know, you don't have to be here. You don't have to do this. But me and Coach Myra Miles wanted to start this just for ourselves, really, to be honest. It's a great avenue, but we also wanted to extend it to you, and you continue to add people to this. And I'm appreciative of that. I see Mark Lewis joining us, Peggy Klepper joining us. Good to have you guys on. Philip Rogers out of Tallahassee. Go Noles. So I'm going to kick it off this morning, and we want to keep these short, but it's hard to do that when I start seeing everybody's face, because it's like, wow, I just like to talk to each and every one of you. So remember this. Follow Coach Myra Miles on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You can also follow me. I've got a couple of different Facebook pages. Brent Palmer, like business page, you can follow that. Regular Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I also have a YouTube channel, and you can go to meetbrentpalmer.com if you want to send me some kind of email or anything. We love hearing from you. So it's just very valuable, this network that we've created. So today, I love this word because I believe that somebody like myself gets to where I get by just this word. Mm-hmm. And the word's action. Action. I like to tag a word along with it called consistent action. But I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to keep it focused on action. And I want to tell you what I mean by that. You know, I played a lot of sports. I played a lot of ball growing up, and you know, I wasn't the fastest, and I was not the biggest. But one of the things that I was taught at a young age, and I'm so appreciative of my dad for, was teaching me that just consistent activity over time wins. It's kind of like compounded interest, compounded days into weeks and weeks into months. That activity consistently over time usually beats talent. Mm-hmm. And I look back on my career. I look back when I played. I look back when I coached, and I went, you know, that held so true. And so action is our word today, and it's really, you know, when I look at the definition, it's the process or state of acting or being active. So here's what I say in my simple-minded, when I look at this, I go, you know, action is really just planning your work and then working your plan. Mm-hmm. So many people don't plan their work every day and then go work their plan. And so for me, that's something that I could win at every day. Plan my work, work my plan. Consistent action daily wins in the end. And, you know, I wrote this down today. I said, when a person takes consistent action in the right areas. Now, you can take consistent action in the wrong area. You get further away from the direction you're wanting to grow. But if you take consistent action in the right areas of your life, things start to change. And one of the things I love, one of the people I follow, if you don't, please do. He will add value in your life. He's passed away now, but he's left a legacy of information, and that is Jim Rohn. Mm-hmm. Jim Rohn talks about, he said, you know, in action, there are about a half a dozen things in life. In anything you want to change, there's about a half a dozen that make up about 80% of the difference in how life turns out. So if I want to change my health, I can narrow it down to about a half a dozen things that really affect 80% of my health. Think about that. You know, I'm in sales, I'm in network marketing, and I can look back in network marketing, I go, there's about a half a dozen things that really make this thing tick. And if I do those things every day, I can flourish and be as big as I want to be here. But it's all about taking action. And I want to leave with this. I believe you got to take action around time management. Because when I look back, I think about, you know, as I looked at this word, I go, you know, rich people and poor people, They have 24 hours in the day. They have the same amount of time in a day. But it's what people are doing with their time that really matters. It's that consistent activity in that time management area. Most people major in minor things rather than majoring in those half a dozen things that really matter in what they're trying to grow at, thrive at, and really, really excel at. And so I leave you with this today on my part. And I really am reflecting back on me, okay? Understand when I say you, I'm really saying me. If you could do it, you should do it. But you don't do it, and that becomes the formula of disaster. And that kind of sounds negative. I'm going to say it again. But really think about it. Think about your health. Think about your business. Think about whatever it is you're trying to thrive at. If you could do it, you should do it. But you don't do it, and that becomes the formula of disaster. I think about my health, and I go, I should eat that apple, but I don't eat it, right? Yeah. And that over time becomes becomes disaster in my health. So here's what I'm saying to you today. Let's take action in the right areas, okay? Think about that today. What's the half a dozen things that you can do today in whatever it is you're trying to thrive at? Your health, your profession, whatever it is. Think about those half a dozen things that really matter, and then think about achieving and going after those half a dozen things every single day, taking action, and let that compound over time. Coach Myra Miles, I know I took a little bit longer, but thank you. I'm going to turn it to you.
Listen, Brent, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. Hey, aren't we lucky to have Brent in our corner? I swear, you brought it today, buddy. You do every day, but this kind of really resonated with me, and I know everyone is as well. So I'm going to continue on with this, and what I'm doing is I'm taking every letter of the word action, and I'm going to give you 6 more words, actually 7, because in one of the categories I actually put 2. In one of the letters I put 2 words. So, you know, taking action, as Brent said and did such a great job of, is one of the most important things that we can do in every part of our life. You know, so let me take the first letter of the word action, A. And I think that authentic has to be up on the top of our list. Anytime, if we're trying to take action in whatever area it is of our life, we've got to be authentic. And we have to work on that daily. And we have to be a what you see is what you get type of person, or we're not going to connect in any way. So I think with A, let's always be authentic. I think with C, what came to my mind is we have to have a willingness to change. I think change is so critical to success. I know in my career, in 30 years in education and coaching and administration, is I went from being really, really out of the gate as a young person out of college thinking I knew everything. And then quickly after about a year or 2, I realized what I did not know. And I finally realized to surround myself with people that knew a whole lot more than I did. So I learned quickly that change was the biggest thing that helped me in any successes I've ever had. So I think C, we have to be willing to change. And T, this is the word that I had 2 words in. I think we have to be trustworthy and truthful. I think that if we're not trustworthy and truthful in our everyday life and what we're saying and what we're doing, we're going to always run into stumbling blocks. And I think that those 2, I call them the power T's, I call it power T. It kind of goes in there with my UT Vols. We have a power T, but trustworthy and truthful, we have to be authentic and trustworthy and truthful at the same time. And then I have to be impeccable. You know, that's a word we don't use a lot, but I think we need to look into that word more. So we have to be impeccable in our relationships, impeccable. It kind of ties in with being trustworthy and truthful. And then moving on to O, it's optimism. You know, hopefulness and confidence are about getting the success of something. So I think we have to have optimism in all that we do, even when it's at the darkest hour. If you have optimism and belief you're gonna, you know, and taking that action with optimism, you're gonna be successful. It may take a while, just like in our business. You know, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, but we have to continue to be optimistic on what we want. And then on N, I think that the word nurture came to my mind, because we have to care and encourage growth and development in everything that we do. In any action plan that we put into place, we have to have care and we have to encourage growth and development. And I want to give you a saying that I grew up with in my high school. I think I was blessed to play for one of the greatest high school coaches in the country, Coach Nuna Kennard. She's considered a pioneer, she and Becky Dickinson, in Alabama for women's sports. And we had a saying that we always ended our practices on every day. And it goes like this. And this is a very, very direct action plan. Here's to it and add it and to it and add it again. If you don't get to it while you're at it, you'll never get to it again. Let me say it one more time for you. Here's to it and add it and to it and add it again. If you don't get to it while you're at it, you'll never get to it again. So I encourage you to get with it, get at it, take great action today, and be a positive force in someone's life. I appreciate y'all and everything that you're doing. Appreciate you showing up every morning and allowing us to share with you.
Wow. To it and at it.
Yep.
I'm getting to it and at it today.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach, so much. You know, as we end today, I just got to tell you, this right here is such an inspiration to me. You being on, you plugging in for this power source. Know this, that you are as much a part of this as we are to you. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the comments. Again, this will be played on Facebook and across social media today. It's out on our YouTube channel. So again, thanks for being here, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Bring somebody with you tomorrow. Tell them about this Power Sources Coach's Corner at 9 a.m. every morning. Guys, have a great day. Find somebody today. Make them have a better day because you showed up. Love you guys. Appreciate you. God bless.
Thank you, guys.